Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Dorfromantik. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. It is time to start a new game, and as you probably could tell from the length of this video, that I've decided for this next look, if you will, at Dorfromantik, to do just a full playthrough from start to finish. It's obviously a little longer than the 40 to 45 minute videos. I did mention in my first look videos asking for a little bit of input on what you guys want to see, if you'd rather see little chopped up parts of a whole playthrough, if you'd rather see the whole thing. For this point, I'm just going to go ahead and say, let's start the full playthrough, start to finish, and people can watch as much or as little as they like, and we'll see how that goes, and then maybe we'll switch it up in the future if that's what's preferred. So, let's get going. Let's not waste any time. As you can see, we've got some birdies flying around here, and I think it's time to give them a little place to live. So let's start off by dropping a forest in here, and I'm just going to go ahead and put it right there. And then we've got a couple of very similar tiles. In fact, I think those are identical tiles coming up next. And we got to decide where to put those. In order to make sure we're keeping perfect sides, we're going to have to swing over to this side a little bit and see what our options will be. If I go like that, the next one could also be probably pretty good. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this, I think. There we go. Now, I had the opportunity to play actually a couple games of this on stream after the first look was done. I was able to just mess around, and I tried a couple different playthroughs. I tried a perfect sides only playthrough, and I tried kind of just a speed run just to kind of have some fun and go quickly. And one of the things that I did learn when I was playing the game was that certainly I think the most important aspect of this is making sure that you do a heavy focus on making perfect sides. I think that there's definitely times when you want to divert from having a perfect side. Like, you don't have to make it every single time. But I definitely found that I was able to get a lot of success out of just focusing on making perfect sides. And even if you have to go off into a lot of different tangents, it's best not to restrict yourself too much, and to basically do the best you can to always be creating perfect tiles and keeping your tile count up. So that's definitely going to be my focus going forward as far as strategy in this game is concerned. It does mean, of course, that it takes a little bit of extra time occasionally to actually get things done, which is, you know, maybe it's not as exciting as some people would just want to see the game go by quickly, but I'm going to try to make the best decisions I can, if you will, as often as possible, and that's just the way it's going to be. So yeah, so I'm going to just start sending this river off in this direction. And again, trying to focus on making perfect tiles and matching up perfect sides as often as I can. But one thing I did learn when I was doing that run is that there's definitely times when you have to say, okay, this is not an opportunity where I need to worry about being perfect. I need to make a smarter decision, perhaps. Like this, I think with that one there. You need to make a smarter decision and just say, no, this is not the time. Instead, I need to make sure I'm making a more prudent decision based off of what's going to give me the most tiles. You know, okay, I'm going to have two sides that aren't perfect here, but it's going to complete this. It's going to give me 5 extra tiles, whatever the case might be. And I think that's a much smarter way to do it. So that's what we're going to do going forward. At least in this playthrough and for the next little while, I think. It's not necessarily that has to be the case, you know, every playthrough for as long as I play the game, but until we can figure out some more strategy, that's where we're going to go. So we've got an interesting little situation here. We've got a couple of tasks here that are going to be good. We've got another little one here. So I can't put it like this, of course, because I would lock off all 3 tasks. That would be terrible. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to match up this house here and allow this to expand a little bit for us going forward. Now, one of the things I like to do is you want to kind of start to make a village and have it go in a direction, and you got your farms and kind of have its own area and the rivers and the forest and that. And I think once you start hitting some of these guys here on the right, you see that have a fair amount of forest options, if you will, or sorry, housing options, if you will. To go ahead and try to put those in as much together an area as you can, and start to create some of the dynamics you need. So in this case, you know, we got a little bit of area leading down to the farms here, and then we'll try to create a bit of a city down here. Again, trying to line up perfect sides. So of course here there's double blank, and this tile doesn't provide the option for that. So we're just going to go ahead and live there. Now over here we have a very interesting option. I could put this like this. It would complete 2 tasks, and it would allow us to start up a couple of houses here that would potentially be an easier match. This has got a rail on it, so this could be potentially the beginning of the rail that goes in this direction. We've kind of got our waterway going here and some forest going here, and then of course over this way we've got some housing. So perhaps it wouldn't be a bad idea to have our rail start to live in a world much further down this way. So if I were to go like this, something like this, I think, then these 2 are done, and this could potentially just end up being kind of a small farm area, if you will. It also potentially could continue to move out this way and have a farm live it like a little bit further out this way. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and put this down here, and we're going to get a bunch of tiles out of it, and we're really close on yet another task. Now, I think in this case, I don't mind the idea of doing something like this. One thing that I'm not a big fan of is whenever you can avoid it, try not to make too many tiles basically like I've done already here, like where you have basically a really big restriction on what can actually go there. It's hard early on when you don't have a lot of space to move and a lot of options, but trying not to make tiles, like for instance if I were to put this like this or like this, you've basically got a really restricted potential tile there. But that being said, I think I'm actually going to go ahead and make, I kind of want to put, I'm going to be honest with you, I kind of want to put this tile like this. And then it kind of leaves an obvious option for the tile that could go here. The reason I don't want to do this is it restricts our options, because I actually have the next tile coming up is actually a really good one for us as far as expanding the farm section. And if I put this like this, it's going to restrict that. So I think I'm going to go ahead and put this here specifically for that reason, which gives us the option of putting this down here. It allows the farm to expand a little bit potentially, and then also completes the objective for us right there. Now we've got yet another tile. Interesting scenario here. We could potentially bring it out here somewhere. This has actually got a triple blank, which would actually work. It's got housing, but the problem is that it would immediately create a major problem, because if we're going to start rail over here, then this housing would never be able to get mixed up with this housing, so that's going to create a major issue for us. I think what I might do is just do a simple... I'm just going to start it to work out on a tangent here, and just the rails, we'll see what just happens, I guess, with that. Now here we've got a situation, we've got potential 11 plus farm. That's going to create major restrictions on our potential tiles to go in here for the tracks. So what I'm thinking is, what if I go over here and start to work on this forest some more, and then maybe these farms could start to live off of the right hand side of this, and then maybe the farms can come this way, and then we're making a nice forest as well. Let's do that. And then we have a big forest, but we actually have the option to get it really close to done already by just throwing that in there. So let's do that. And And so we've got a forest beginning, we've got potential farms in 2 directions. Starting to like the way this is looking here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this here. And we're creating what I guess you would say is potentially a big lake that would give us a lot of options for our water. I think that's a good thing. I'm going to put this over in here somewhere. It's going to complete a task. Maybe put the house out in this direction. Let's go like that. Another river option here. I can have this just kind of stem off the end of this, maybe. Yeah, how about that? That's easy enough. Another forest, and it's got a big challenge on it. Now, this is a situation where what you want to do is you want to try and find ways to get these into the little nooks and crannies as best you can. Now, it is going to create a bit of a challenging tile here, but one way or another, that's going to be a challenging tile. We could put it somewhere out here and give less restriction. Maybe that's what we do. Maybe that's what we do. Is just keep going off in tangents as much as we can, and then only kind of backfill when you've got the perfect tile. Is in order to keep yourself from creating big restrictions, like that. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's go put this guy out here, just like that. Now, farm time, and we have a bit of a dilemma because this farm's going to be hard to bring out without creating some imperfect tiles. And so I feel like we just need to be patient on this one for now, and maybe we make this farm a little bigger in hopes. That's also very challenging, of course, because, again, restricting our rail. We might end up having to just abandon perfection in this area to try and get this working a bit better for us. So I'm going to say we go ahead and put this, for now, I'm going to put this like this. Like that, and give us some options. And then the rail here, I think, even though there's a number of options here, but I think what we need to do is say, you know what, let's not worry about making this tile perfect. Let's go ahead and get this rail out of here so we can start something. It's also a 2+, which means if we can get a couple more tracks out here, we'll be in really good shape to kind of have a rail going in this direction. So I think that's one of those situations where you're like, okay, perfect is not the answer, right? Okay, so this here, let's see, we've got the 2 and 2. So trying to decide how to set this up. I think I'm going to go ahead and say that this, I don't want to cut this off too much because we want the farms to start moving there. I'm going to go ahead and say that this one lives right here. Nope, I changed my mind. It's going to live right there. Now, over here, again, this track getting out creates a little bit of a restriction. What's unfortunate, no, the next one wouldn't have helped either. I think in this case, again, we just go ahead and we're abandoning the perfect tile action in here, and we're just trying to create a scenario where we have a bit better options for the rail to leave this area. And so that means we go like this, and then we throw another rail down like this, and that completes the task, and of course gets us a nice rail heading directly out of town. Okay, so next we have, it's a little bit unfortunate. If the trees and farm could have been next to each other, that would have given us a lot of matches there. Oh, we would have needed a bigger farm as well because we need this farm to leave that area. What else do we have? Actually, over here, this could actually be really good to kind of start. That matches up a lot of sides, but not the one. Could potentially be an opportunity to... Let's go like this. Let's create an end to this forest a little bit and allow the farms to kind of come out this way. as best we can. We have a big forest option here. Let's continue this out this way. We're going to complete this task here and give us another good farming option coming this way. Now here's a very interesting one. We've got some track, and it's a 9 exactly, which is okay. And it's again going to give us the option to run out nicely here. The housing will just, you know, it's fine. Doesn't really matter what's around it. Potentially it gets involved later on in this world. We'll see. Now, more forests. I'd like to continue to work this. When we get the chance, we should definitely be taking a look to see how some of these can line up here. You know, at some point you just got to line this up. Maybe we just, like, how long is it going to be until we get a tile that looks exactly like this, except has a little farm there? Like, it could be a long time. Do you just leave that and just let this forest continue to grow in this direction and not worry about it? I think maybe you do. This tile lines up well nice there or there. I think this kind of closes it off a bit more. I think maybe, I guess in either case it could be closing it off. It's maybe like this. Maybe it lives right there. Let's go like that. Complete the task. I like it. Let's continue to get this rail on the move. I'm going to say that this lives just like that. And let's see, can we get these farms going? So this is an interesting spot here because this would allow the farms to get out, but isn't ideal for lining up matches. We do have a couple options coming up here where we could definitely line these up as well. So maybe we just wait for those. I think we wait for those to get us out of there, and that way we could take a look down here at what our options are for this farming. They're not really good in here either. Actually, that's not bad there. The houses line up, the farm lines up. It does create one incorrect tile here with the tree there. But what this actually does for us is it begins to bring this challenge here out into an area where we have more space. And I'm going to go ahead and live with that. It's created a perfect tile, of course, as well. But I like that it's set us up into a situation. Oh, this has got it. Oh, this has a challenge on it. Okay, here we go. That's why. Very important to realize. Okay. 9 exactly. So this would not work because it would actually be more than the 9 exactly. If we were to put this like that, lines up the housing, begins to get this house. Actually, it closes this housing off completely, which I guess it's not too big of a deal. We're going to have the housing development eventually when we get the tiles for it work here. It would have been nice to get this farming continued over here. Other options, I suppose, would be to do something like this or like that. The only reason I don't like this is that it starts to close off the farms from being able to wrap around here. I think I'm going to go ahead and put it right there. And then we'll find a way to connect these up here, potentially. Got some forest there, some farms. That does not line up well for us because I mean, it does well here and a blank there, but it's got two sides. Too bad the forest went over here instead. Other options, we could put it there. That would not be good because it would close that off as give us more imperfects than good. This here actually is not bad. This is actually 4 out of 5 sides correct, and potentially adds more farming options. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there. Close that off. Maybe we could have been a little bit more patient with that, but oh well. Now, with this one coming up here now, it's got rail on it. That's extremely unfortunate, because it would have given us better options if it didn't. But, that being said, we could just have that rail live anywhere, really. In fact, out on this tangent, I actually don't mind just having this live on this tangent out here. Create a perfect tile. Let's not restrict what our options will be eventually out here by sticking a rail randomly in the area. Maybe this can come live with this area over here a little bit after a while. More forests. No forests currently on the challenge portion of our day, but got some options here. Again, it's all about patience for this one farming tile. For now, I don't mind this actually. Gives us lots of forest options here and here, and then closes off that little blank area in the middle. More river in here. Could go something like that. It kind of starts moving the river towards our forest, which isn't ideal. I also don't mind the idea of just having it maybe something like that actually lines up. I don't mind that. Let's go like that. Let's go like that. I like that. We have another big lake tile, so we can maybe put that in there. We're gonna have a nice big lake here in this world that we're creating. Okay. More forest options here. This is more of a farm blank option we want to see here, which we do actually see from time to time. So there's a tile that I know we get occasionally that's perfect for that spot. So let's be patient there. And in here, unfortunately, we're not getting exactly what we were looking for. For that, we can go ahead and potentially put it there. But again, it's really cutting off the ability to connect these, which is not ideal. So perhaps we have it just live out here like that and create some farming options there. Over here, maybe, unfortunate, the double blank side's not helping me here. Could go something like that, which is going to add to our potential farms that can live here. Let's go like that. There. And let's continue to make our lake nice and juicy. Nice big lake that lives there. Now we have a big housing potential here. Maybe if you went something like that, that doesn't line up perfectly though, really. But if we did something, that doesn't really do well for us either. Maybe something like this. That little piece of farm is a little bit unfortunate. We could potentially go like that and just close this farm off a little bit. We don't currently have any challenges in this farm. It could potentially just go ahead and get wrapped up too. Nothing wrong with that. Over here. No, that doesn't really work all that well. Let's go ahead and go like this. I'm going to go like this. I'm gonna go like that and let the farm just kind of stick out this way, and then we'll have some options, I guess. Yeah. Now we have another big farm, and again, you know, you want to be trying as quickly as you can to wrap up some of these challenges, right? So we want to make sure we're utilizing this, and at some point we're gonna want to make an imperfect tile just to kind of move us in the right direction, if you will. Let's go there. Let's go there. Now we have a big forest coming in here, and what we could do actually here is we could slide this tile in here. It's going to give us 3 perfect blank sides, which is nice. Creates a little bit of a buffer here. And then it's going to be a nice easy tile to mix in with this forest, and you know, like you can see here, it's going to be down to 50 left once we connect it just from this alone. So let's put that there. Gives us the options to set that up. We have this rail project we have over here, which of course is down to requiring just 3 more, which is very nice. Now, one thing that is a little disappointing here is that all the extra peripheral stuff is going to create an opportunity for us to miss out on perfect tiles, which is not ideal. I could put it here, something like this, but that's fine. We're just going to make it go right there, because we have the next rail coming up soon, so that's in really good shape for us. Now we have a very interesting tile. This is actually one of the unlockables, and it's our first challenge for housing, I do believe. And we want to put this somewhere where we can make good things happen, and I do believe that maybe the best opportunity for that is right here. In order to keep full perfect tiles going. So let's put that right there. It's almost a completed project even. This rail is going to live out here. Now we just need 1 more, and we're home free there. What do we have here? I really like the opportunity. I would like to have the opportunity to get this section mixed in with this section, and by putting this here, it's actually creating kind of a cool opportunity for us. So 2 things. It's making a bit of a direction, so if we ever got 1 more, we could potentially tie these houses in, which is good. Of course, 2 perfect sides so far. And the other thing is, every once in a while you'll see a tile that's got the 6 blank sides. And right now, we've set ourselves up to potentially make one of those, which is really, really good. What are our options in here? Could go something like that. I like the options over here, though. Unfortunately, ooh, there's an interesting one here. We can't really fill this in until we finish this one, because otherwise, if we combine both, we'd actually cancel that one out, which is not good. Other options would be to actually close this off. We could do something like that, which is not ideal, because it's not perfect, but it is actually pretty good. The other option, of course, is just to... Actually, in any case, we're kind of creating non-perfects. Let's go ahead and put it here where I actually think it's best suited. Like that. It's got 4 sides perfect. The 1 imperfect is not too big a deal. Once we finish the farm in this direction, we can add these up and complete off both tasks quite speedily. So that'll be good. Now, this tile here, I think, actually is going to work really well for us, because we have a blank and then some housing, and that's actually going to work really nicely in here and finish off this task. It's going to be all around perfect. It's really nice. Now we got rivers, more rivers. Okay, so let's see. We do need a straight river, but it'd be nice to be patient and find one that's going to make us perfect over here. There's no reason to jump to any conclusions there. Let's go ahead and make some smart decisions here. I'm going to go ahead and leave this one straight line, just like this. That. And I'm going to let this one create a windy river in this direction. Give us lots of options for our rivers going forward. And that, of course, only needs 1 more, so there'll be more tiles for us. Lots of good options to continue our tile growth. Now, down here, very interesting here. Again, this is restricting what this tile can look like, so putting the tile there as much as I'd like to is creating less options. So what I would prefer to do in this case is to lock in options as opposed to blocking them off. So I'm going to go ahead and lock that in there. It gets us down to 28. And another farming project. Wow, farming projects for days here, ladies and gentlemen. And what is interesting is we have some farming or some housing around this one, which is actually quite intriguing. if I were to put this here, it would add some housing here correctly, but it's going to be hard to get the farms through this entirely. Another option would be to go there, but very restrictive to what's going to be 4 projects. Very interesting stuff. What can we do here? Very interesting options. Could create farms in other areas. There is the option of, like, once we add these together, it's actually going to be pretty good. The only problem is that we do need 3 more farms exactly on this one at that point, and then we can add them together to finish both sides up. So it's going to be a very interesting situation here. It's going to be a very interesting decision to make here, because closing it off doesn't feel like I guess what we could do is we put this like this, and as long as there is a couple of directions to do it, we could always just make an imperfect decision a couple times in order to get the farms added to this 4, now 3, and then we just need to stick them together and get a lot of tiles. I think this is the right call. We're going to go ahead and make that work. Now some more housing and a little bit of trees. This is actually going to be perfect right here. It is actually going to be double blank. Oh no, sorry, there is 1 farm that would make that slightly imperfect there, which is not ideal. This isn't great there. Just trying to find some of the little areas where we could potentially backfill. This actually works to add these houses to this area. It does, you know what, I don't mind this, and I'm going to tell you why. I don't mind this because it matches on 3 sides, and eventually we're going to want to put a tile in here kind of hastily in order to complete a bunch of projects, and we're not going to be as restrictive about worrying on perfects anyway. So let's not worry about making this one perfect or this one perfect or whatever. This is actually not perfect anyway, so this isn't perfect. We're not going to hurt ourselves too much. And it adds some stuff in here. Perfect on 3 out of 4. 2 more tiles to fill in here. We do have one, which is interesting. It's not going to be a 6-sided blank, but it's 5 with a house. We can find one of those potentially. And then, yeah, we're going to have some forests here and lined up. And yeah, I think we're going to be able to make this work. So let's go. That's an interesting option right there. Lines up the forest and the blank and a couple of rivers. That's very interesting. Do we like that? I think we might like that. You know what? I do like it. I like it a lot. We're gonna lock it in. There we go. There we go. Completes a task. Gives us 4 good sides. I like it a lot. Now, really big housing project here. I like that. Or sorry, really big forest project with the house on it. Now this one right here is 4-sided house, or sorry, 4-sided, what am I doing? 4-sided farm. One more try. 4-sided forest with a house. Words are hard all of a sudden, out of nowhere. I can't talk. Let's lock that in there, creates a couple perfects, and we got 57 tiles, folks. We have 57 tiles. Despite the fact that I can't talk, we are doing oh so well. You gotta love it. And speaking of which, another task to complete. We're going to be in the 60s right now. There you go. Just like that, we're in the 60s. Now, is it time to get hasty? I don't mind that. This is 2 things about this one I like. Now we can't put it here like I said because it locks this one off from being completed. 2 things I like about this one is it only creates 1 imperfect side. Double forest here gives it a little bit easier to make. It continues the potential of the forest on 2 sides coming out to the left here. It completes the task, of course. And we needed to make this as an option anyway. Going forward, I do believe. Could do it over here and be a little bit more picky about the choice on this side. maybe we do that. Maybe we can. There's no need to force that imperfect side. So maybe this is the choice. And so maybe we do. Maybe we do. Maybe we do put it in just like this. Although, it's kind of a tricky situation. I'll tell you why. I don't like the idea of closing off tiles, like I said, and if you put a tile here, it gives so many more restrictions to what can come in here. So the more you can avoid that, the better as well. But I think, I mean, at some point you got to make a decision about what you're going to do, and perhaps that decision is to not be too picky. And let's put that right in there. Let's go like that. That's fine. Now we have, for the first time, one of these very interesting tiles, which allows you to mix, if you need to, some rail and water. Now our rail and water are quite significantly apart, which is a good thing, I suppose. What we can do here is maybe put it somewhere where if this rail ever doubles back on this area, you know, who knows what our options will be. We'll put it somewhere where there's lots of room. Now I could have put it here as well, but I actually like this as just a straight, like just keep going straight as we can, way away, just to allow us to do really good water challenges in the future. So that's going to go like that. Now we have actually a very interesting tile for us. Oh no, it actually is the wrong way. I thought it was going to be perfect because I was going to have a little farm and then a little house, but it's actually the opposite, which does not work out nearly as well for us as I was hoping it would. So, other thing that we could do, we're going to close these tiles off even more, but it does line up the double line up here. I like that. That looks actually really good. I'm going to do that. And now we have an interesting tile. I don't really want to close off the lake just yet, and the potential there. Could go something like that. I don't mind that. Let's go there. And then our great big old lake just keeps on keeping on. Let's go like that. Nice big lake. Ooh, this tile has actually everything we need. Look at that. It's going to create, if my numbers are correct, 3 perfect tiles in addition to creating a perfect tile of itself. So a total of 4 perfect tiles. Indeed. Look at that. Exactly what we needed. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, is what I like to call a plan coming together. Now we actually have, our patience is paid off a little bit. We actually have the ability to line up this farm and this house and continue to expand our housing or our farming project. We're now just one away from completing this. Once it's done, we can add these together and complete all 3 of these tasks. That's a lot of tiles sitting there for us right now. Things are looking oh so good for us, if I do say so myself. Another elbow river. I like these elbow rivers quite a bit. I could put this here, which would allow the forest to be tied into our big forest over here. I could also put it over here, giving us a couple of perfect sides and potentially lining up more forest. I like either option quite a bit, actually, to be entirely honest with you. And I don't want this lake. I guess this lake could potentially come this way a bit, but it's not an easy call. Not an easy call. I think I'm going to go ahead and put it here. Yep, that's what we're going to do. Now we've got even more rail, and I think, could put this here. Could put that there. Lines up 3 perfect sides. And then it gives us the option of potentially bringing it this way, and maybe these eventually start tying up. We've been kind of running our way out of here so freely that we haven't really taken consideration for potentially including that one. Kind of like the idea of just keeping the long rail together, though. Let's go ahead and keep that going. As long as it lets us. Let's ride it until it knocks us off, I suppose, as they say. Now we have, let's see, how is this tile going to work for us? Interestingly enough, it doesn't look too bad there. It is one incorrect spot, but not too bad. We have an option. Nope, we don't, because that's trees. So that house doesn't line up for us. Okay, we have actually a six-sided blank coming up, which actually the six-sided blank could work quite well there. So I don't mind that. A house? What do we want here? A house? This is a kind of a tricky tile for us. I mean, it's not tricky, because I mean, it's not that difficult to just find a place to throw it down, really. I mean, it could just go live right there, I suppose. I don't mind that. Let's go ahead and do that. And then the three-sided blank. A couple of different options here. Let's go ahead and stick it right in there. And now we have another farm. And okay, once again, a little bit tricky. All the right pieces. Oh, we can't actually put it here because we have to have one exactly, so we can't actually connect it to anything over here at the moment. So that's not what we want to see. Could put that there. Lines up two perfect sides. Continues this farm if we need to. Let's go ahead and do that. More forest and a house. That does not line up properly there, though. That doesn't really actually line up very well for us either. Don't like the idea of introducing things out of the trees into the middle of this area. Because then it just, you know, kind of restricts things a little bit as far as our options. I don't know. Maybe it goes here. Oh shoot, the forest actually is in the right spot there then. Ah, disappointing. Not a really good spot for this tile right now, unfortunately. Could go like that. I don't mind that. Create some options. I like it. Oh, actually, didn't we have a need for this exact tile at some point? Oh, we ended up filling it in there just hastily. Not being a big deal. I was gonna say the one where it's farm blank, farm blank, farm blank, but we actually didn't end up needing it. And again, we can't actually add it to this one because, in any case, it bungles the whole thing up. So, I think we just keep making this one bigger, I guess. We have a big farm now. What do we have here? 2 house and 4 blank. Not bad there. It's not exact because of this here. Tree. But it is blank blank house otherwise, which is not bad. Other options include putting it here, which is double correct. Adds it to our existing housing project, of course. We don't really want to do something like this, because then it's just kind of blocking a section off, right? You don't want to, like, terminate possibilities if you can. I'm going to go ahead and put it there. And then we can put this here as a result, if we want. Which I think I like, actually. Creates another housing project for us. And we continue to improve upon. How does this line up? Not well at all, actually. That one isn't too bad. That little farm is inevitably a pain in the butt. If we ignore it, then we can line up 3 housing sides. It does, well, it's not too bad, because it does cut off the housing in this direction, but there's still plenty of housing potential to come off of here, so we don't need to worry about that too much. So if we were to drop that in, we get rid of the worry when it comes to that farm. And it's just going to be tricky to find. You can always be patient too, I suppose. How patient do we want to be here? I think we want to be fairly patient, but because I mean we could just throw this thing down like this and it's perfect. There's nothing wrong with it, right? We just put it anywhere. It does the job. Let's go like that. Let's be patient. Let's go for a big number. Hey, let's get a big high score in this game if we can do it. Now we've got some interesting tiles coming up when it comes to rail. So let's go like that, and then well, I guess we don't really have much of a choice other than if we were to stick it at something like out here. I suppose we could do something like that. You know what's interesting? If I were to put it here, then this rail, this one up on this side on the top, could potentially make its way back here. This one here could eventually make its way there, and then the one to the bottom could just send off on a tangent. Let's go ahead and put it there, and then we've got some options. I mean, we're talking long term anyway, so not too big of a deal. More housing. I was just looking at the housing up here. More of a river with the farm, or so the fields don't mix with the farm. So that's not really what we're looking for there. I think we just send this river into the wild blue yonder. We can wrap up right here. We can wrap up 2 housing projects in a real big hurry. We can put it here like this. Adds more restrictions to that already tough tile. Actually, we have a tile with a farm. That's not going to line up either. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and have this one just, let's live right there. Finishes off those projects. Again, this one would have been really good. Just the houses were just in slightly wrong spots. So we're going to live without that. At some point, it would not be a bad idea to line up one individual farm on this in order to get us some of those tiles going. But I don't think this is the right moment for that. This housing district is not really what we want to see there. I like that. I'll go with that. And then over here, yeah, that doesn't work. Over here, I could put this like that. It lines up 2 good sides. And finishes that off. And then it opens up the possibility to just connect these and finish all 3 of those. We could have a ton of tiles here soon, guys. This is actually working really well. Working really well for us. Now let's not get overconfident, because, you know, some bad luck. The next thing you know, you string together a lot of bad things, and it's not looking so good. So let's just keep focused. Now we have this tile here. A lot of options. And then after it, we have another full house tile option. I don't want to restrict this too much, so I kind of want to keep this out on a tangent. Let's go like this, and then like this. Keep it coming out on a tangent, right? And then you can fill in with exact tiles on the chokes back in here, right? I think I like that. Got a big... Ooh, I don't mind that, because it has some farms going in this direction. It kind of blocks off the forest in this direction anyway. It lines up a house. I don't mind it. Let's go ahead and live with that. And then some more water for us. Let's just keep running in this direction. Just like that. And more forest. This is a triple forest tile here, which is not good for us at the moment. Putting stuff in here is just going to lock off our options there. Triple forest there as well is in a bit of an unfortunate situation. We put it here, keeps us the perfect tiles going. That's fine. What's this farm do? No, nothing that we want. Potentially over here, what do we got? Nothing really good there, nothing good there. That's the thing about leaving tiles back here is you want every once in a while when you see a tile that you think might be close, you gotta be like, oh, can we make that work? And in this case, the answer is no. We cannot make it work. Now that actually works for us, okay. Start to create a world over here, I suppose. Now this tile is another tricky one because again we have triple forest there, triple forest here. And again, putting more tiles here that don't work perfectly restricts the options. Another thing too, so this is something that I kind of run into an issue with in the past, is getting forests closed off once you have flags. Now we don't currently have a flag available. I'm not really sure what triggers a flag to work, to be honest with you at this point, but being able to close off and claim flags is a good one, and if maybe we close this off a bit more here, it might restrict and keep us from perfect tiles in some cases. But claiming those flags is good, and so if we're keeping edges closed off as best we can and just kind of having them string out more, I think that could be a good thing. So I'm actually going to put this tile right here. Creates a lot more restrictions, like I said, but I think it could actually help us in a way. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, here's a very, very interesting tile. We could put this here and complete 3 challenges. Problem is that it creates 3 imperfect sides. And that just means less points. It means, you know, just potentially closing off the potential for a lot of tiles to be perfect because of that. Eventually, I think we can get a farm tile that's going to help us link these up with a little bit better odds than cracking off 3 imperfect sides. So in this case, I like the idea of sticking this tile somewhere it can actually help us quite considerably. And I suppose that's just way out here, creating a big farm. I guess that's the best we can do. Now, here's an interesting spot. If I put this here, gets this train coming out this way, potentially lining up in there. Eventually, I don't mind that. What do we got? Maybe... Ooh, it's got a lot of forest on it. I don't really care about that necessarily. That's not perfect there, though, so I went with that. A lot of forest, but a river. Let's just go ahead, stick it there. And then another river right behind it finishes the task off. Again, we're looking for that straight river that has forest there, and we don't seem to ever be able to find it, but still nothing wrong with sending the river off in a nice big straight line. Another fairly big forest with some farm on it. Maybe it lives right there. I don't mind that. Okay, a house flanked by trees. Doesn't seem to look... Oh, actually, what about that? Oh my. Oh my. Look at this tile. It's 5 out of 5. Blank farm, forest, house, forest, and then a blank that we can line up with anything. Look at that. That's actually quite amazing. Actually love it. 5-sided blank with a forest. Could do something like that. Just line up some more blanks where we need them. Could put it like this, creating a world over here. Don't mind that. Let's see. This river is going to restrict us. Let's keep it over here. Actually, no, I don't really like that either. Let's go like that. Just let all that live way out here in this edge. Let the river start to flow there. Okay. Another interesting train tile. Not a huge fan of creating more tangents there. Maybe not bad. Could turn them back on one another as well. Could go like that. Yeah, that's going to create a lot of weird angles though. What do we want to do here? I like that. I like that. I like it. We're going to live with it. I also like this. To get this... Oh, it's actually... Because, yeah, it wants 5 exactly, and then the one behind it wants 7 exactly. And, of course, if we put these on here, they can't live, right? So we actually have to have this live right here. That's going to be... It's going to need 5 more, which means I can't even connect it to here for a while. So it might be worth... We're going to have to kind of go in a little bit of a squiggly line here, potentially. Yeah, not much we can do about it. Unless we had to put it here. That's going to give us a little bit more freedom to finish it. Could put it here. Actually, we could put it like this. We could still turn it this way towards that. There's still lots of space there. Let's put it there. Keep the perfect sides moving along on that. Up here, again. Oh no, we can't do this one yet. Oh wait, is this? That closes that off. It doesn't. Oh, because I thought it was 3 sides. My bad. Not at all what we were looking for, so that's okay. Not quite. Opposite. Let's see. What else do we have for options here? Almost. Not terrible. Let's go like that. A 95 plus turns into a 15 the moment we plop it down. And it's got that fun little thing. Let's go ahead. Let's make things look nice here. Let's go ahead and put it right... Where do we want to put this thing? I'm going to say that it lives right there. Right there. I like it. And then this guy is going to come in right there. It's got to line up the blank. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Now over here, actually, fantastic. So we needed a tile that was going to line up these farms. And it does so quite well. It does give us the forest and a blank in addition. It's going to make a couple of incorrect tiles, but I don't think you want to wait all day on it. I think you take what you got when you can get it. Creates a perfect tile, completes 3 tasks, 57 tiles. I like it a lot. Okay, what else do we got? Let's keep on moving. This is an interesting tile here. Lots of forest, some trees. Do that like that. I like the idea of continuing to work on this on this one here, but we do need to make sure we get it turned away. Almost need an elbow first, you know what I mean? Almost want an elbow. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Now here is an interesting one. I think I could actually make this work in this area here. It lines up 4 sides perfect. It gives us potential closure on a side. Creates a little bit more spot here, but that's fine. I think I like that. I'm going to put it there. I think I like it. Okay, so we have a really tough one now. So 21 exactly means we cannot add it into any of this. So we need to find a different area to start a housing project. Got a little bit here, but it's going to be a lot of incorrect sides, which I'm not a big fan of just launching into. There's no tangent that's not connected here, eh? Like it's all, like everything's connected here, yeah. So maybe it just lives right here. Maybe someday these connect, maybe sometimes they don't. I don't know. We'll have to see. More straight track. And this time straight track with twist. Which is the twist being the little river there. I think I'm just going to keep moving these out in a straight line. Just keep coming that way. Keep coming. Wow. Oh, that's really close to the tile we need, actually. Just opposite. If the blank was on opposite sides, it would have been perfect. Farm. Yeah, it's getting, that was close, though. Options here would be... no, I don't want to do that. Let's go like this, I think. Stick that farm going out that way. That's fine. A lot of rail we're getting. Not necessarily the rail we want, but this has got a challenge on it, and it's going to be that much closer to done since we've been making this big long one. And then this here tile, we put that in there. Oh, this has, wait a minute. This has a challenge on it as well. I kind of wanted to put it here, which I guess I still could. And it moves us towards finishing the 4. It gives us that tile we needed to start bending a little bit. And then eventually, you know, we make this one, and then we can connect both up and potentially complete both tasks. So maybe we do that. Let's go like that, start bending in the right direction. In here, we have a tree flanked by 2... Or sorry, a house flanked by 2 tree. Could do something like that. A house and 2 trees... flanking. I don't think I could do it like this. Let's go there. Yep. Let's go there. Another big housing project. Another one requesting an exact number. I think we stick it onto here because it's going to be a lot closer to done, obviously, adding to the big project versus the small one. And I think I'm going to go like this, right there. Again, not restricting our options in here as much as we need to. Or as, like, no, more than we need to, I should say. Now here is an interesting one. We could put this like that. Oh no, this is only 3-sided. I was thinking it was 4-sided. I was going to say 4-sided tree with a blank would actually be really good in there. Could put this like that. Locks off this whole side of the forest with 3. Locks that off. Starts to make that forest much easier to... in case we ever do happen to get some of those flags, which we simply haven't gotten yet. Another rail project. Let's just keep on moving, if that's the case. Farming, again, no flags in here, but getting this farm cut off, certainly not a bad idea at some point. no real easy way to do it at the moment. At all. That could work. 3 correct sides. Lines up some potential farming there. I'll live with that. I'll live with that. Indeed. Let's go ahead. Oh, does that... Oh, look! Finally! Look at that. The river we needed with that little bit of forests. And then the blank. It's perfect. It's perfect. Love it. That's not going to work in either case. Some trees right there. Let's go ahead and go like that. River just continues to grow. What do we got here? We have a 5-sided blank with a house. Doesn't work in there. Almost works there. Just needs 2 houses instead of the 1. Starting to look for a bunch of blanks in the area, but not tons to help us here. Okay, let's see what our options are over here. Not a lot of good ones. Could just go like this. 4 blank sides. There, that's where it lives. Now here's the tile we were actually looking for. 5-sided, line up the blank, create a couple perfects. Now we have an exact tile that we're looking for here. Maybe we'll get it, maybe we won't. That's the mystery, I suppose, of the game. Is will you get that tile that you were looking for? I like this. I like this. Let's go right there. I like that a lot. River and rail combination again. Rearing its ugly head. I don't mind that. Oh wait, no, that doesn't work. That works for us. Not really. I don't mind just throwing the rail on it and just letting the river go where it is. Let's do that. The rail goes this way. It's got lots of space, and then this river could potentially live together at some point. Also, I could put this here on this river. You working on a project over here? No. If I put this here, that actually works as a... You know what I could do? If I put it here, it counts as 1, and then what it also does is gives me a lot of options where to put all this extra rail and connect all this up, and gives me a lot more options on directions to go for this, finishing off this now 3 exactly. I'm going to go ahead and do that one. Blank and tree, blank and tree, blank and tree. Works in a few different spots here for us, including that one right there. Let's go ahead and clock that in. There's a house on this one. Oh, that's close. That was close to being good. House blank, but then there's needed a double tree there, and we were home. And then we were home, ladies and gentlemen. Not a lot of trees out there. What's this give us? Housing? No. Double trees and a double blank. I don't mind that. I don't mind that. I can live with it. Double house. There's too much stuff happening on that tile. There's no blanks on this current one, right? Oh, there is one blank. Can it go there? No, it doesn't work well. No, it's got a bunch of problems actually. Still got farm on that one. A lot of houses. I kind of feel like we want to add this to the housing area we have over here. It's just a matter of finding somehow a way we like. It just doesn't. There's not a lot of. mean, that's nah. I want to be more patient than that. Like that's just not even good. Okay. I mean, we could just stick it like this. What do we have here? We could just stick it just like that. Double house. There's some forest options there. That's not bad at all. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. I'll tell you what's just I guess is a little bit disappointing, to be honest with you. So far, we have yet to see. Let's go like this. Any check marks show up in our forest or our housing areas or our farms? No check marks. I'm just if anybody out there happens to know the reason why they do or do not show up at any given time, I'd be happy to know what it is. Okay, so look at this. This is the actual tile we need, except for the lack of a farm. Feels bad, man. This tile works well. Three-sided correct, like that. We do want to try and close, like I said, some of these forest options off. Try to get there eventually, before too long. More housing is always good. So this is a little bit of the strategy that can stem from just trying to get the right things done here. As you try to continue to make sure you have tiles, is okay. What are our options? We could just put that there for that matter, and just close off that rail or whatever. There's lots of different things we could do. But what is going to help us the most? And then you think, okay, well, the housing projects right now are mighty important, and actually connecting these two eventually could be really good. So I'm going to go ahead and say we want this one right like that. Hey, look at that. Opened up a new tile as well. Look at that. Okay. We don't have a water challenge going on, but we do have a bunch of rail ones. So making the right decisions here, I think, is really important for us. So I think something like that is nice, because then we go, well, we can't connect directly because we need two more yet. So I guess we could put another piece of rail or something, and then rail, and then connect. That would finish that. Plus adding this to this is going to help us finish these and that. So lots of things going on here to make us a lot happier, so keep that in mind. We do have, interestingly enough, a farm, but it doesn't line up there. Could go like that. Lines up two correct spots, gives us some farming options in there. Another rail. Another rail. I want to continue to work on these rails. I think there's just too many points here not to be doing it in the right spots. We have the rails coming up to help us. We got to make sure we put in the right spots. We have two elbows coming up after this. And then we will not necessarily be worrying too much about perfection. Here, into an elbow actually works really well for us. Elbow and then elbow, right? I think that'll work. We go here. We could go here. Oh wait, no, we had to put it here. We had to put it here first. Okay, maybe a little bit of patience. Maybe a little bit of patience here. I don't know. We can't do this because then we lock it off, kind of. We finish this one off, but we lock off the plus 19 a little bit. Could come through here or something, but That's a tricky call. That is a tricky call. I'm gonna go and put that in there. Finish that task off. So our option is, if we put this here, I mean, it's not too bad, actually. It's one incorrect, but then it's so many tasks. Oh, wait, this has to be 6 exactly, so we can't complete this anyway. Completes 2 tasks, but does an incorrect one. Let's go like this. We actually have to finish this 5 exactly before we can add these in together. Okay, no, we can live with that, though. We can live with that. Big housing project. It needs to be 24 exactly, which means we need to add it to this one, because this one puts us way over. So, funnily enough, we're going to have 2 big... we got our fountain that we just unlocked with our little bell tower thingy there, so... right beside each other, like a little downtown area, if you will. Yet another... Oh, too bad that wasn't on the other side. That would have been actually a nice little lock-up tile. Let's go like this, though. Let's go there. Which continues to work on this one, of course, this 4 exactly tile. A little farm and a couple of forests. It's in the wrong direction, like everywhere. There we go. Like that. A bunch of more housing. That doesn't work so well. That doesn't really do all that well. Wow. Actually? That works perfect. Look at that. Look at that. Perfect tile. Lined up those little farms. Like a little farm in between all those houses. That actually looks really nice. One single farm in here, or sorry, house, sorry, is perfect. We'll try to get that locked up very soon. More farms here. Could do something like that. I don't mind that. Let's do that. Great big forest. Great big forest. Could do something like that. Let's do it. Keep those perfect tiles coming. Okay, where are we here? We need 4 exactly. Which means... can't do this without eliminating that. We can't... we could do this. It's not perfect here, unfortunately, but it continues to work on this one. I think that's more important. Just, we're kind of abandoned perfection in this area anyway, so let's not worry about that too much. Nothing seems to be in the right spot. Like all the ingredients for a bunch of spots, but nothing actually lining up. Not the way we wanted anyway. This would actually be perfect. Because it finishes this task off. A little blank action here. A little bit of farm continuation potential. I think we can make that work. This is actually pretty good. Lines up 3 sides well. Gives us yet another perfect tile. I don't mind this. It's not perfect on this side, but it actually is perfect on every other side. And I just like it. I don't know why, I just gotta tell you. Is there some place where it's like actually perfect? Like, is it... That actually works really well here too, actually. Perfect on... Oh no, that's a blank against the... Yeah, that's not actually great. No, I think I like this. Again, not perfect, but potentially down the road, if we get a flag in this farm, it'd be nice to be able to close it off, and that one does a good job of working on that. Interesting tile here. More river. I'll put it right there. And I'll put this one right here. Just like that. More farming. So right now, this is kind of an interesting spot we're in right now. We're getting down to 40 tiles here. Situation where we're not seeing the flags pop up, which is a little disappointing. Not a lot of tasks on the board. We have a forest one going here that we'll get going. We need some more housing to wrap up these. Need exact numbers on those ones right now. And then of course these rail ones are really pivotal to get us some tiles going. But yeah, we need some of those things to pop up for us. Not getting a lot of luck lately. We were up some big numbers for a while, and just after a while, because you just kind of get into the rhythm of just putting down tiles. I like this spot, I like that spot, and then you're like, but what have we done lately, right? You start asking yourself, what have we done lately? And the answer is not a whole hell of a lot. I'm not really sure if there is a spot where we love this, or if we just live with good enough. That's trees. That's actually right on 4 out of 5 spots. I'm going to put that there because it creates 2 perfect tiles. This one was never going to be perfect here, so I didn't mind lining up an imperfect. And then yeah, this is, yeah, we can get away with that, kind of, you know. That doesn't line up the way we want it to, unfortunate. That doesn't work. Farms. No blanks, so that doesn't work. Alright, where do we like this then? Something like that, I guess. Now we've got a rail. And a bit of a problem. Because we can't actually add it here. We actually are in a bit of a pickle because we actually need one of these little rail things, the rail water rails, to make this connect. And without that, there's no way to extend without connecting this, and we can't connect it for a little while. We've actually created a bit of a problem. Other than we could put it there. Lines up a lot of bad sides. We could stick it like somewhere out here. Creates a lot of requirements, which I don't really like. Not ideal situation here, folks. Not an ideal situation at all. I mean, this is an option. Let's just put it there. This is 7 exactly. Oof. And everything is connected except for here. Could do it there. And then this could start to connect. Gives us a lot of open space to do it with. I want to leave my options open there, so let's have this just run out this way a little bit. That. Again, just like this time just keeps ticking by, tile after tile, not a lot of things that we need actually coming to the forefront, which becomes a little bit annoying. Could go here to lock this corner off. I think I like it. More rail that we can't use in the spots that we want. Maybe actually we just allow the rail to sit out here somewhere in order to take the benefits of adding to these objectives here. Not a lot of objectives right now. As the tile count comes down, start to wonder what it is that we can do. Five-sided. Lots of forest. One side blank. Is this the tile we need? Yes, it is. Perfect. So it allows us to continue that one and lets the... Oh, that's the tile we needed. That's actually fantastic. We need 2 more rail. 1 to finish this one, but then 1 more gets the exact number. Then we can put an elbow on here to finish that one. That's 3 tasks we can get done really quite quickly here. If everything goes according to plan. That would be fantastic. This is actually the perfect tile for right here. Well, getting there anyway. 3 sides. I like it. Stick it home. Or 4 sides, I should say. No, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. No. I think this just housing is just important here. I think we go like this. Yep. Housing, housing, housing. More trees. This actually has a rail on it. Almost didn't notice it, but it actually does have a rail on it. Certainly don't want to close anything off right now, so I feel like we probably just have it stick out into the middle of nowhere a little bit. I don't know. Yeah, it's like that. River project or forest project. The forest project tends to be a little easier to put together. We got a couple river tiles here. We can get really close on finishing this one off. If we go ahead and put this in the right spot. Let's go like that. This has actually got... Oh, actually didn't even see... Oh, look at this windmill thing. Oh, wow. That's actually kind of cool. And it actually has a river on it. So this here... The rail is in the right... Oh, no, that's actually terrible. Oh, wait, no, that's fine. It's fine. Okay, I thought that was for a second. I thought it was one exact. Okay, so one, but so we need an elbow here, and then we get both of these complete. Oh my god, that was close. I thought we screwed that up. And then potentially this river could actually, I think, maybe even connect with this river, the right tile. So that actually could be really cool. No, we haven't had for a while a farm project, unfortunately. Let's put this tile in here. I mean, I don't know. If we get a big project and we connect this, it could be really quick. And with no flags, there's no need to really work towards, at least heavily work towards closing things off. Let's see. House, then tree, then farm. That actually looks really good. Lines up 4. Farm action. Right next door. Any trees to cap? Let's cap this tree right here. Like that. And again, kind of in a dilemma about what to do. It's all... oh, actually, boom. Easy clap. Makes it perfect. 4 sides perfect out of 4. More housing. Easy choice is to make sure that they all live with our projects. 2 exactly, and then 5 exactly. Going to be very important to get those locked up, I think, to say the least. Is this tile? It's almost perfect. That works okay, but leaves a lot of restrictions that we don't need to necessarily be putting on ourselves. This is actually really good. 3 sides good. Lines up potential. Train. So completes 2 exactly. I mean, we're down to 20 tiles, which is actually scary considering how good things were going for a while. Completing some missions has got to be paramount. At this point, we say to heck with this perfect tile side there. We wrap this up. That's 2 done. And then another one, just one any elbow gets us another one done. Perhaps we'll begin to get lucky. And they'll give us more challenges. Speaking of challenges, here's one right here. Let's see. No blanks. I mean, we could just stick this guy in there. Got all kinds of towers around this place. Another forest challenge, which is excellent. 3-sided blank. Doesn't work there. Doesn't really work there. Oh, actually, it works perfect right there, though. 3-sided blank right there. And then opens up the forest options. In fact, speaking of forest options, shablamo. We stick that right in there. Finish that. Tiles are getting in the right direction again. And another forest to do. And speaking of challenges complete, bada bing, bada boom. Another challenge complete, just like that. And speaking of challenges complete, I mean, when you get a chance to finish one off, you just finish one off, right? Big housing project as well. Really, they're really coming through with this all of a sudden with the big housing projects. I like to see it. I like to see it a lot. We need 2 exactly, and this has 2 exactly. I think we need to throw this on here. I think we ignore... Do we ignore that? Is there a place... maybe we don't ignore it. It's fine. Keep the perfect sides going. This actually works really well in every way except it kind of closes things off. We need this housing project to come to this housing project. Is absolutely vital. If I put this more like that, it gives us a little bit better exposure. So now we need 3 exactly, and that's another challenge. Then we need 20 plus. Oh, we're actually... Things are actually looking like... We were 20 tiles and getting a little bit dicey not long ago. And we're finding a little bit of life here, folks. A little bit more... Well, we had life, but we're finding a little bit more comfortable of a life, if you will, with the current circumstances. So we'll take that indeed. What else do we got here? We've got it's like second or third time we've had this combination where 3 sides are blank and then it's got like a house, a farm, and a tree. All kind of... It never seems to line up. Like, this would be perfect if it was in the right order, right? A house, a farm, and a tree. It's just not in the right order. Like, well, for there, it just doesn't line up there, right? The house is on the other side. It just doesn't quite do it for us in any direction. That works okay, though. Yeah, what the heck. Let's put it in there. This is another... Oh, nice. 21 exactly farming project. There is way too much, of course. But... We've actually got to start on a nice farming project here. This is obviously way too much out here. Our farms have kind of gone off on weird tangents a little bit. That locks it off. We don't want it there. What do we like? What do we like, you guys? There isn't a perfect size, so that's kind of annoying. But the problem is here is that if you put it like this, it's a little bit restricted this way. I think I'm gonna do it there, though. I think I'm gonna do it there. Let's see. Now, see, because we're all the projects over here for the rail is now done. We've got the 3 housing projects, a farm, and a forest. Maybe, just maybe. Okay, so it's time to experiment a little bit. Okay. I don't with these full water tiles, they count as matched as far as giving you points, but I want to know if they count as far as matched and giving you an actual perfect tile. So as an example, this tile right here is perfect on rail, blank, farm, and farm. If I put this here, it allows you to do it because the water matches, like the full water matches with anything essentially, right? But I'm questioning whether or not it's going to call this perfect because I didn't actually technically line this farm up. So does it give me 10 points on this tile, but not count? I think that's the way it works. That's correct. It lines it up and counts it as correct. So I got 50 points there, right? But it doesn't actually work as perfect for this tile. So just a little bit of an experiment there out of curiosity. And now we have fed that curiosity and we're good to go. Really good tile here. 4 sides right. We'll go ahead and plop that in. Always looking for good points options. And then here is actually Rory says hello, everybody, by the way. This is actually a really good tile right there. Lines up 2 perfects and 3 perfects, or 4 perfect sides for itself. So that's actually really nice. Oh baby. Is it the is it the one? It's the one. Oh my god, guys, it's the one. The one we've been looking for. Oh my god, it's the one we've been looking for all along. Ding. 5 perfect tiles in 1. Oh my god, it's the tile we've been looking for from the beginning. Actually fantastic. Look at that. Oh, so good. So good. And then, oh, look at this. Another great tile for us. It's going to open up our farming project that we have going. It's going to give us a perfect blank here. It's going to line up some trees. Actually fantastic tile for us. I love it. What else do we have here? We got a okay. So we got double river lined up. So it kind of creates just a small little lake area and cuts this actually off, which I don't mind. Or I could put it like this. But if I do it like this, then this tile here stays perfect. If I do it like this, then it doesn't count this tile as perfect for this one here. From what we learned, right? So keep the perfect tile alive. This is just a small little river area where the rail goes through that we are all happy about. There. Another big forest. And we do have a forest project underway, which is always nice to be working on when you have the option. What's actually interesting is that this forest area, especially now that we put that in there, is actually closed off right here. I actually have it all closed off here and here. If it would ever give us a couple of those flags, if this was giving us flags like we normally get, this is actually not that bad from getting closed off. I mean, there's a lot of exposed area here, but yeah. Anyway, what are our options to use this tile? This tile's not going to work very well where I'm currently at. So do we have any good options over here? Maybe just, yeah, what the heck, let's stick it there. That farm was kind of in the way. Here, I like that. I like that. Makes a perfect tile. 23 plus and we're home. Here's another farming project, which is really nice to see. Is it too big? No, it's not. We're actually going to work there. Which one do we want to put it on? 13? So we want to put it on this one. This is definitely bigger. Definitely much bigger. This is the one we want to see. And I think I'm just going to stick this like right out here. Right out here maybe. Because there's no blanks, so we're going to mess up perfect tiles if we start putting it in here. So let's stick it right here. Or yeah, let's stick it right there. Let's stick it right there. Now, here's an interesting position we're in now. We need a very specific rail in order to continue this particular one. And again, I've never seen, I don't think, a flag on the rails, but in either case, if we were to put an elbow, which we have one coming up very soon on this, then this would completely close off any potential for this rail to improve in size. No reason to do that. We could just go like this and start this rail there, which I think I'm going to do, because there's nothing says that this couldn't eventually come live over there. But yeah, this one here would close that off completely and put the water in an interesting spot for us as well. Speaking of water, I kind of like continuing. It's been a while. Let's get this water extending out here a little bit more, and more housing. We are now at 3 left on this project. What do we have here? Nothing that lines up the way we want. This is actually perfect. Wraps that farm up in there, locks in the housing. Four perfect sides right there, creates a perfect tile, of course, because we've been so focused on doing that. And then any single house is going to give us another challenge, and then we can start to really focus on getting these connected up here, and connecting all kinds of points again. Our farming project is where we want to focus right now. Now this does have a river on it, which is not necessarily ideal, but I'm going to say for now I'm okay with it because I want to get the project done. And we're getting lots of farms, which is really nice to see. Let's go. We can stick this right here. So, oh, it's still got a project on it as well. There we go. Stick that right there. Start to bring that together. This has got 4 houses on it. which will help with this. We don't want it added here, of course, because that'll screw that up. We got to make sure the houses are in the right spot, and of course, there's actually an unfortunately positioned farm on this one. Maybe we go like that, and then the farm. Could head in that direction, like that. Even more farms. Again, boom. I like it. Making a big circle of farms there. Working on our projects. Close that right there. Look at this. Look at this. Perfect. More farms. We could close that off if we wanted to with an elbow at some point and just make a little circular kind of watering hole, if you will, by the farms. That's exactly what the farmers want to see, I'm sure. Let's see, what are our options in here? Let's go like that. Make kind of a spidery looking thing there. I don't mind that at all. Let's see, 4 more houses that... The doggy next door is saying hello as well, but Rory's being a good girl and hanging out with us underneath the desk at the moment, so let's hope that continues. We could just lock this little farm off. But then if we put it here, it wouldn't add to our thing. Where if we put it here, again, we're kind of throwing farms in the direction of the farming area while adding the houses in, creating a couple perfect signs. Looks really good. Let's see, what else we got in here? Forest. Anyway, oh, look at that. There we go. So this is going to create 3 good sides. Little forest action. Claim up that. Like that. That works really well. More rivers. What else can we do here? I like that. I like that. And so I'm going to use it. Just like that. Okay. Okay, so again, got to keep an eye. You start plopping down tiles. Now we're into the 20s again. We do have a really good option here. We got to keep an eye on to finish that. We got some really good farm ones we can work on. More housing ones that are getting close. So things are still looking really, really positive. Just got to keep an eye on the decisions we're making, and you look at, you know, looking at a number of your options as you move along. I'll tell you what's kind of a funny story. It'll probably be, well, not probably, it may be boring for a few of you out there. When I played this game, I started to think, the more patient you are with this game, the more success I think you're gonna find. Okay, in general, and because if you just look for longer instead of just plopping stuff down anywhere that, you know, can be convenient. To just get the tile down and start the next tile, then you're just going to start to be just putting stuff in, you know, suboptimal locations, if you will. And ultimately, that's just not going to be good, right? You're just ultimately not going to be the ideal situation for having a high scores and doing well at the game. But on the flip side, a lot of you are out there probably thinking, who cares? I'm just chilling. I'm just having a good time. Why do I care about, you know, just worrying about the perfect spot to put every tile? You don't have to. You can play this game any old way you want. And the reason why I say it may be a little bit boring is I am going to bring it back to a discussion around a game that I play very often. Many of you already know is Civilization 6. And in that game, it's a very similar thing when people ask me all the time, how are you so good at this game? How do I achieve beating deity, or how do you win so fast? Things like that. And it's very much the same thing. It's a lot of patience. Oh, look at this tile, by the way. Oh, it's not perfect though. Ooh, shoot. It's gotta be perfect. This one will work, I think. Oh no, that's a house, not a farm. Is Civilization 6 is such a fun game. You just want to chill out, play it on a lower difficulty. You can just play such a wonderful game and just enjoy it, and not worry about how fast you're winning or how difficult the game is. You just play it and love it for the sake of loving it. Another challenge complete. And so that's the difference. It's a fun game, and if you want to get better and just challenge yourself to do awesome, then you just gotta grind. And you gotta decide if you want to create the grind, essentially. I don't know why I'm not getting any of those flags. It's really kind of annoying. You have to decide for yourself if you want to create the grind. And so how serious do you want to take your challenge, or if you will, like how much do you want to get serious about the way you're playing the game, right? And you know, as my community can probably tell you, I'll probably end up taking it pretty serious. That's too big for that. This is actually a really good spot for it. If we get, it only needs 3 more if we put it there exactly. So this could be a situation where maybe, no, you don't want to do it there. You line up a less than perfect tile in order to create the option to get really quick points. Because like I said, it's too big out here. Here's not bad, but it's 16 away, right? But if I put it here, if I would just go bang like that, right? Doesn't work there. Doesn't do any better there. If I just go like this, okay? Stick that right in there. It's a 1 imperfect tile. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Then I'm 3 away. And it's just so much closer to the points. I could just find the right tile, I could stick it in there, and it'll be done. Or just 1 more tile in here or something, right? Lots of different options. Okay. Excuse me. Ooh. We can finish off. We don't want to put it there though, because then it's really hard to get this big plus 113 all the way over here. We could just stick it just like that, I suppose. Puts a big restriction on this, but at the same time, you ask yourself, do we really care? Right? How much do we really care? Because this tile right here, we're just going to live with whatever we end up putting there, probably. Let's see. What are our options? This is 4 away. No, that doesn't really work well for us. That's okay. Lines up 3 good. No, it doesn't actually line up as much as we thought. Okay. Okay. Maybe. Ooh, there. There's good, actually. I like that. Let's do that. Okay. And. Not ideal. Not ideal. Not ideal. Not great. This actually is good. Lines up 3 good sides. Completes the project, makes a perfect tile. Things are still going swimmingly, as they say. I like this. This is just creating this incredible little section here. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, the restrictions in there are just holding us off a little bit. Got a project in here. Could go like that and allow that forest to just continue to extend. And again, as you look, we're really just kind of stringing it out into tangents, stringing into tangents all around here. And that's just about continuing to make perfect sides and then trying not to restrict too much some of the options that we leave down around the sides. You can see we've left a lot of holes behind, but I mean, overall, I think the tactic is working pretty good. An exactly 151 housing project is interesting.
That's actually 4-sided perfect.
the problem becomes, I think you want to put it on here so you can wrap up the exact project faster, right? Anytime you have where you're required to do an exact number, you want to get that wrapped up faster. If I put it here, then that means I have to wait until I get that exact 121 project done before I can add these two together, which is the ultimate goal to finish off this 112, right? So I think if I put it here, as you can see, the numbers are actually going to be pretty good for us. And actually, I think this is actually a really good tile for it. Blank, blank, house, house, yeah. It creates perfect tiles. And then we can continue to work on this. That kind of closes us off, which I'm not a big fan of. Is that forest in the right spot? No, it's not. If the forest was on the other side, it'd be great. Oh wait, how about here? Oh no, wait, that's a, wait, is that? Oh no, that's a farm. Oh man, it's so close. It's just like bated breath here. Anything that adds, I think, is good. Even if we just string this out. I think even if we're just stringing this out on this side, it's perfectly fine. Adding things in. We could do something like this. Oh, that doesn't really... Do we want to... Not really a big fan of that. What's that do for us? Nothing I like. Yeah, I think... Like... Yeah. Just keep working towards finishing things off, right? 3 exactly. It's too bad it's not the opposite. It's blank here and all trees. If it was trees and all blanks, then it would be perfect there. Doesn't really work the greatest. We have this project here. We could add to... Closes us off a bit. Not a big fan of that. That works okay as far as matching sides anyway. Not a big fan of mixing a lot of farms in over here though either. You know what? Let's go like that. Opposite farming, maybe we'll get a tile like that, you never know. More trees I like. 2 projects in the trees to work on, so that's worth... We don't have a rail project or anything like that helping us, so... Really kind of desperate for that proper rail piece. I think it's all about adding trees at this point, though. And I think this works. Well, no. It's like that. Keep that miscellaneous piece as far away from the action as we can. So we have a house. That doesn't really work for us. That doesn't work for us. Lots of trees though, so we want to make it work somehow. This is okay. Double blank and the tree, so everything lines up for perfect. 3 exactly. What's this doing here for us? Great, but it finishes the thing off. if we can live with the imperfections. It finishes the challenge. Challenge over here is done. Make that perfect tile. Oh, we finally have a flag. And look at this. We're actually not all that far away from being able to lock this one off. Just need to lock it off here and lock it off there. And we can actually finally have a flag and not too far from actually claiming it. Fantastic. Now. 23 exactly. And what do we like? I like it right here. Gives us another challenge. Finishes this one off. Gets us closer on that one. It's all good things. It is all good things. 17 now. Let's see. Let's see. Could do something like that. Let's go ahead and do that. Lots of options for stringing this together here now, so it's starting to look really good. Two-sided tree. This is three-sided. This is two-sided. It would close this off, actually. Give myself some options there. We have a challenge here we need to continue to work on. We also have the housing. So this is kind of an interesting one. Where does this tile go well? I like it here because it puts housing in the direction of the housing stuff. And it also opens up a lot of options. So let's go ahead and do that. And then this tile right here is actually kind of the one we were looking for to spring our rail free, if you will. And funnily enough, it also works with that tile very nicely. I like it. Another farming project as well. I am looking to close this one off, so we definitely want to put it anywhere near that. This is our biggest project that we have underway. We're going to want to connect to this as best we can. That is not what we want. That's not ideal. Not ideal. Oh, actually, what's this over here? Is that... No, it doesn't work really well for us either. Need 17 more. There's lots of options to add. There's options here, options on the inside, of course. I don't think this works in here, does it? Not well. No, not well at all. It's unfortunate because it's kind of got all the pieces, but not in the right spots. Yeah. Just not in the right spots. So I think you end up having to put it somewhere where maybe it's not ideal, but you just live with it. And maybe that spot is... So this is always going to be very restrictive because of the rail, right? So we need to have it open up maybe this way. Or... that would be good enough, I guess. 14 exactly. 24 plus. We do have the trees lined up there and nicely. Got a couple options lining up in here. Still need to do 10 exactly before we add them together, but that's not too shabby. No all-side farms available right yet. Let's go like that. Potentially we could put a cap on something here. Perfect tile with that one. Hey, why not? Okay, 10 exactly. What else do we want to see here? That just kind of closes things off more than we'd like, probably, so that's not ideal. Actually, oh, that was close. That was close to being really nice. Bit of a tricky situation here. We still need 17 more. The river here and the rail here is kind of restricting a lot of our options. We're going to have to start making imperfect decisions in order to continue to complete. This is not bad here. It's too bad. If that house was one more, it would be 5-sided perfect if it was just down one. Actually, annoying. So annoying. I'm going to do that there. Go ahead and do it there, I guess. I don't know. Maybe we start to find some spots for some of this stuff out here again. It's 3 sides, and it creates a... Oh, it doesn't create a perfect. We made an imperfect to continue that. I like that. Let's do that. Maybe could have been a little bit more patient with that tile. Yeah, we could have made it perfect here with it. A little bit more patient, and we'd have been good. Yep. That's what I'm talking about. Gotta be patient. Put things in the right place. Oh my. Oh, it's not perfect. It was so close. Oh, man. Yeah, you know, it's funny. I have this kind of debate in my head about how much speed I need to play with here in order to kind of keep you guys happy, if you will, when it comes to just the pace of the play. Would you rather see me be patient and go for the big scores, or you want to see a little bit more pace? I guess that's kind of the answer, or the question I would have to ask. Put that there. Is just how much time should I be spending? 11 exactly. I should be starting to look at these guys over here a bit more. Let's see. All these little tiles you go back. Does it go there? No. Does it go there? No. Hoping and praying you could fill in one of those holes. But alas, you cannot. Okay. 10 exactly with a random farm. Okay. Go 3 exactly. 26 tiles. A lot of things coming up. 3 exactly there. Lot of good options to get our tile count back up. So let's keep an eye on that. This is a good spot there for that one. So is that. Any 5 sides blank out there? Well, 6 sides total, but ones where we can fill in 5. Stick it in there. So we're making a perfect. Not a big fan of that option. I like that though. Here's a bunch more forests. One away there. That's okay. Let's live with that. Let's go there. Makes it perfect. Always good to be making the perfects. So, another thing we need to do, I forgot about it for a little bit, but we got to try and find a way to lock off this tile and this tile to get this flag claimed. This would be a pretty good spot there. It's not ideal because this forest doesn't line up, but it does lock it off. Other thing we could do is there. But then this isn't a perfect tile anyway, so putting a non-perfect thing here actually doesn't hurt us that much. I'm gonna put that there, and then we're 1 tile from locking off for 5 tiles, so that's actually not bad at all. In this case, house. Never seem to, those houses in the forest never seem to want to line up for me just the right way. Forge. That's not bad there though. We'll take that. Oh, another challenge. 13 exactly. Ooh, that's gonna actually work for us right here. Perfection. Where do we want to put this then? I guess we want to. I guess we put it here. That's fine. That works. That works for us there. This works for us there. No problem. Okay, more forest. Or sorry, more farm stuff, I should say. Farms, farms, farms. Oh, almost the perfect tile in there. Just need a little forest. It's not perfect, but I'm gonna live with it. I'm gonna live with it. This I actually like for putting farms in the area. Otherwise, yeah, I don't know. We actually have a river project. Let's work on the river project. Excellent, excellent. I'm glad I looked for that. Once again, it's inevitable, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think I mean, it just doesn't matter because there aren't many flags, but anytime I try to, it just feels like I never get even a dream of closing off a forest, because it's just they're so big and they always seem to have one spot where I need to get done. And that 8 exactly is really tough. It's just tricky as all get out to do. That lines up 4 correct. Sorry, 3 correct, 1 incorrect. But leads to a good potential here. I'm gonna plop that down. 18 tiles. Really need to start wrapping some of this stuff up. We can't do it here because of that. We can start to move in the right direction here. So let's do that. Like that. Another farming challenge. This is going to be too big over here, so we'd have to do it in here. This actually doesn't work too bad because it makes some imperfections, but it adds some forest to the right spots. It adds a bunch of trees to the right spots. I'm just going to go ahead and live with that. Finishes stuff off. Gets us in the right direction on a bunch of things, which we really need. So I think I'm going to go ahead and be happy about that. Let's see. What are our options down here? I don't think I want to close this off. Gotta just be patient with that one. This rail, not ideal. Could put it something like this. Like that, I don't mind that. 20 tiles. We've got this here, which we can actually do now if we put it somewhere good. Is that actually... No, that's terrible. Someplace that we can add this. No. I think we do it like here. I think we no. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna put it right here. Finishes this off. Just finishing stuff off, really. And then and now it puts okay, put a flag in there, but we are a long ways from blocking this thing off. But it's something we can work towards, maybe. We do have a flag. We add these together, and that's going to be 2 more complete, which I like a lot. This triple tile right here, this triple farm tile is going to be actually pretty sweet coming up to finish some stuff off for us, I think. It won't necessarily be perfect, but it'll be really good. 2. Okay, with opposite sides, that's not gonna work. No, that's opposite side blank again. So I think we go like that. Get that number improved. Here. This is imperfection already, so I don't mind putting an imperfection on that. It completes this exact, and then get this one really close. Let's see. Nowhere I like. Actually, could claim the 5 there. It's not perfect. I'm gonna take it though. Makes it perfect on the inside. Wait, how is that farm not completely closed off? Oh wait, it did. The flag disappeared. The flag was there a second ago. Am I losing my mind? And also created a flag here. Oh, let's go. Let's go. 32 tiles. We have a rail, which is gonna be rather inconvenient. Can I go there? Oh, we can't actually go there. We just have to be okay. Yeah, that actually gets us out of here. Let's do that. And then we have another farm. Can't put it there because it's not perfect, but we have this project out here going for 14. Let's go like that. Yeah. Let's go like that. 11. That's done, so we can add these together. And that does the trick. Right there. Oh, no, it doesn't. It adds this to here, but this hasn't actually connected. If I go like that, though, it's pretty good. Is this perfect in here anywhere? No, it's not perfect in there anywhere. I like this, then. I like that. And so this one's almost done, and then we gotta link these up, and then we'll be good to go. This is 2 exactly. And also, if we can wrap it up. Ooh, I don't want to just. I need to put a cap on this. I'm actually not going to put that one in there because I don't like it. It doesn't. I want to cap that for another 5. Is there a place we can put this that I like? Right there. Right there, I like. That's not perfect. This is actually pretty good though here though. I like that. Let's go there. Gets that done, and then we just need to just put a tile in here somewhere somehow that'll do that. That's an interesting one there. That's not going to be ideal though. That's not ideal. Farming, that needs to be 3 exact, so that's no good for us there. 9 plus. That's not bad. It's not perfect, but it's not bad. Also not perfect and not bad. I don't mind this because even though it adds in more stuff because it adds in these 2 to the whole thing, right? But I'd like to be a little bit more judicious than that. I don't know. This is the big dilemma is deciding how much you want to abandon the perfection game. That's the big dilemma, is how much do you want to abandon that push for the perfect tiles, which I think ultimately is really important. Now, this needs 2 more, and we need to cut it off from... maybe something like that. Yeah, and then 1 more here, and then 1 more here, so it's not too far off. Blanks in the right spot. I like it. It's actually not bad right there. It's trees, 2 farms, 2 blanks, correct. It's actually not bad. Makes it perfect. Only 1 incorrect out of 6. I'm going to go ahead and say that's a valid time to bring that to a conclusion. Getting us back up towards 30 tiles, and if I put this in the right spot here, we'll be getting closer to some as well. Trees, not quite. Hasn't even on our side. Don't want to be hasty. Don't want to be hasty here. Oh, baby, that's beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Loving it. 94 plus. Ladies and gentlemen, 94 plus would mean we'd have to find ways to open this up. We've completely closed this off here. This, oh wow, this isn't actually, I have to put it like here to do it. Because this is closed off because of the rail. I gotta put this here and then just open things up in this direction big time. Like that is the only success we'll have there. Options. Would add that in. Oh, okay, here we go. That's not bad. Put blank river. Made that perfect. And then okay, that's good there. This, I was gonna say we still have a river project going, don't we? Yeah, we do indeed. And I think I just go like that. One more to go. Nah. Let's say it lives down here. Finish that. Keep the tiles moving. Keep the tiles moving. Farming projects. Ooh, maybe this is finally the time. Housing correct on two sides, farms correct, adds in. Yeah, that's the time right there. Finally the time to go ahead and live with that. Put it there. I like that. Okay. Now, what else we got here? Not ideal there. Continue to open that up. We want to connect this and complete that. 23 tiles. Got to be smart about this here now. What do we got? One more little farm here gets us points for us. We got 15 tiles sitting there. Pretty good. If we could ever close off the village, we'd be in very good shape as well, but that would be a lot of work. This farm's not far away. So all of the challenges we have, few that they may be, are in pretty good shape right now. Pretty good shape indeed. Let's see what we got up in here for forest. Go. Big piece of rail right here. Really big piece of rail. I don't think I've ever actually seen this piece of rail, to be honest with you. To be perfectly honest with you, I'm not 100% sure I've seen that piece of rail before. Off that force on the inside. I'm going to go ahead and... that. Another forest project. all blanks. I thought I set up a 5-sided blank not long ago somewhere. I thought I said, here we go. There it is there. Makes it perfect. Oh, another forest project. And we could do a little bit of capping with this one. Let's go like that. That's not ideal though. Finishes that one off. In here, look at this. This is the perfect tile. Look at that. Perfectly claims that, and it should claim this as well. Oh, no, sorry. We need one more there. 199 exactly. You're kidding me. 199 exactly. If I make these combine, it's not a perfect tile, but it actually almost finishes it immediately anyway. It needs 199 exactly. I think it's worth putting an incorrect spot on this tile. And then I can just add any one and it's complete. Whereas if I put it out here, then I can't complete it forever. I think I got to do like this. Because the way the math works out there, I think that's the way I got to do it. And then I just need one more single tile. There's another 5 tiles. Keeps this moving quite comfortably indeed. Just like that. Trying to keep this closed off as best we can. Make a perfect tile there. Perfect sides around. Puts a track in the right area. Oh, this is another project. 48 exactly, so it's too much there. So here comes another problem. I want to close this one off. But if I do, then I got to start it from scratch. Just when you think you can close it off, it pulls you back around, eh? Another full blank, which don't have a spot for, but can do that. That's not going to make it perfect, though. That will. There we go.